Welcome Libra, thanks for tuning in for your May love and money outcomes. So we've got your pile ready using the last unicorn deck. We're going to jump right into it. So the first card that came out for Libra is Queen of Cups in reverse. I'll turn her upright so you can see her. Such pretty cards, love these cards. We've got the Page of Cups. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. We've got the King of Swords in reverse. Okay. So what are we getting here? With the Queen of Cups, we'll start with her. You know, with her coming out in reverse, it's really important. You know, she's not the most financially fiscal queen to begin with. And then with her being in reverse, it's saying to basically just, you're going to want to be aware of being impractical with your money this month. I feel like it's for the full month, okay? The cards sort of have placements, you know, first half, second half, but, you know, it can resonate for the whole month. And I do feel like it will be something you'll need to be keeping an eye on this month, like the full month, okay? You may be spending too much money on luxuries or being generous with others. I know that Libras do tend to like finer things in life. You guys are ruled by Venus and also tend to be generous. So just keep an eye on that, okay? Just avoid being impractical with your money. And some of you really need to keep an eye on a business partner or someone else who affects your finances, whether that's a partner or a business partner. Whoever affects your finances, some of you need to keep an eye on that person, just to be on the safe side. When it comes to love, the Queen of Cups in reverse is saying that, unfortunately, it looks like for some of you, if not most, that there is a relationship souring or will be souring at the start of the month at least. And it looks like the card can mean betrayal. At the very least, this means you'll, you know, likely be too sensitive or too idealistic about a situation, and or at the very least, like, the situation is unstable, okay? So that's basically what I'm saying here. Some sort of fishy energy here regarding relationships right now, especially for those that are in a relationship. Somebody's potentially being too sensitive or idealistic, or the situation is just generally unstable, making one sensitive and idealistic or coming across that way. But this does indicate like a potential for a relationship or connection souring, unfortunately. This, you know, your guides are wanting to say to you, Libra, that you can't love someone into treating you well. So remember that. You can never be sad enough to make somebody else happy. You can never be sick enough to make somebody else well. And you cannot love someone into treating you well or reciprocating your feelings. So somebody need to hear that. General reading, take what resonates, forget what doesn't. But I have to say it because that's what I'm getting. If this is your story, just know that there is someone better out there for you, okay? You certainly don't want to be dealing with the King of Swords in reverse energy if you are. That's narcissistic energy or somebody that has those traits, right? He's not a cuddly, lovable type individual, and I definitely know that. I don't need to know you personally to know that you deserve better than that energy. So if this story is resonating with you, there is somebody better out there for you. And others of you that this doesn't entirely resonate or not resonate at all, here's another scenario. Some of you are being too closed off emotionally, hiding your feelings. Maybe you're embodying a little of that King of Swords energy, being more in your head than in your heart. So if that's resonating with you, you know, you're probably doing that out of fear and out of need, you know, and you need to be more open, though, and more trusting. People can't give you what you emotionally need if they don't know what they are. And if you're not allowing them to, right, if you're too closed off emotionally, not a good thing, especially when it comes to love and relationships, right, because love and relationships are the realm of the heart. So you need to open your heart more. But I really honestly don't feel like that scenario is for the majority of you. Grab onto it with your hot little hands if you really dislike the first scenario, but just take what resonates. You know, most who this resonates with, you know, need to be and stay, you know, much more discerning, okay? I feel like that's what you need to do. Like if you're closing your heart, then it might be that you're not typically like that, but you're in a situation or you find yourself dealing with somebody where that is the practical solution, like where that makes sense because it's not safe to have your heart open around or in front of them, which is in itself a red flag, right? Okay, so moving on to the Page of Cups, back to money, okay? We just always start with the money when we move on. And so the next card, you know, regarding your finances, Spirit is saying to keep your head up, keep it out of the clouds, like we said before, regarding your money. This is being sort of reiterated again with the Page of Cups. Mid-month to the end of the month, you just don't want to be trusting when it comes to managing your finances. And if you need advice, go to an expert, because Page of Cups is a page, not a king, not a queen. So that means that the page does have room to learn in this particular area. So if that's resonating with you, you could go to an expert. But again, don't trust too easily. Use your head. Okay, use your head. When it comes to finances especially, and then when it comes to love, make sure you're not being too trusting. Again, with love, it's about this whole energy of some of you closing off your heart for good reason, because you are in a situation where you can't be too trusting. Others of you, you need to open up your heart more. That could help the situation, but just depend on who is watching. However, this general energy is making me uncomfortable, you can probably tell, and so I'm kind of leaning more towards it being something that you need to be careful of. Your environment and who you surround yourself with, love-wise and work-wise, money-wise, especially money and love, in May. Be careful of who you are around. Don't trust too easily. But if you do close your heart down in order to endure the situation, remember to open it back up when it's warranted, when this situation passes, or when you remove yourself from it. Nobody wants to go through life with a closed heart, because you'll just attract more people like that to you and not get your emotional needs filled. Everybody deserves to have their emotional needs filled. So someone here might be too shy or vulnerable as well. And if it is you especially, either way, you just don't want to give too much of yourself or be too trusting, and make sure things are even, basically even Stevens between you and someone else, or you in a situation. Make sure things are fair in the relationship. I know you guys are big on fairness, so make sure that things are fair in a relationship. This could be a new love affair as well, or an affectionate message coming into mid-month with the Page of Cups. So hopefully, that's going to be more the scenario for more of you, an affectionate message or a new love. The King of Swords in reverse, regarding finances, clarity and honesty are needed here, so pay attention to the details, right? Again, it's a warning against poor judgment, because poor judgment can cause problems, and losses can result from an unscrupulous person or people, or maybe even a legal matter here because of the King of Swords, like judge energy. So honesty and clarity is needed here from everyone involved. And with regard to love, some criticism is likely to come your way. If this is a person, this card is representing a person, it could be somebody that is very cold, insensitive, or dishonest, maybe all of the above. You could be acting this way to each other, depending, and some of you, it's possible arguments is going to happen towards the end of May, or it's still affecting you, an argument still affecting you towards the end of May. So whether the criticism is justifiable and true or not, you're going to have to think really carefully about the situation, what you say and how you handle it, and don't let anyone dim your light. So even if this person's coming at you like with some valid points, playing perhaps on your insecurities, things like that, it doesn't matter. Don't let this person dim your light, basically. It's just not going to be worth it. Okay? All right, so let's get you an advice card here. And if this is resonating, please hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the bell to receive notification. I hope it is helpful in some way. Being forewarned is forearmed, like I always say. And if it's not, feel free to choose to watch your sun, moon, rising, or Venus signs as well. For Libra's May 2022 spirit, what advice do you have regarding the spread? For Libras, what advice do you have for Libras regarding this spread? Paradigm shift, okay? New experiences integrating now, okay? Materialization, growth, expansion, progression, cycles, change. So paradigm shift. So yeah, we are seeing the need for a paradigm shift, or a shift in perspective, for things to change. Like, that's what basically the whole reading has been about. It's not letting somebody dim your shine, about being discerning, but also not closing off your heart too much, or not letting your heart remain closed after removing yourself from any kind of a bad situation, financially or romantically. And then the new experience, especially on top of the Page of Cups, does indicate, that you will be experiencing something new. That is being like part of this whole Twilight Zone scenario. You're being sucked into the rabbit hole, even though it's like dizzying, confusing, or upsetting at this time. Just know that it is bringing you to something new and something better, where and all of this is happening for your growth and expansion. It's all been meant for you to progress in your life. So this cycle, whether good or bad, it's going to end, it's going to change, and you're coming out with a new, improved perspective at the end of this, okay, and experiencing something new. So that's just them letting you know what's happening. This is what we've got for you, Libra. Thank you for tuning in. I hope it was helpful. And if you'd like a private reading, my contact information is down below. I'll talk to you guys next time.